What's the word? What's the word?
Gotta focus on my titties. I want that. My bad.
Oh no.
I'm gonna get rid of these joints. I'm telling you, I promise, man. 2025, here we go. 2025, no more man bras for me. No more man bras for the boy. Um,
No judgment, man. We know you over there busy, either chefing it up or doing something for the kids. It's all good.
nah, fuck them kids. There's no excuse so you can't get to the gym, man. No excuse. You're a living testimony, nigga. I ain't listening to you. Trying to give me that corporate jargon. He says, "Hey, man, we'll get it next quarter." Nah, fuck that. Oh man. Let me send
Oh
this out. Send this out to the other joint.
no, it's all good. It's all good. I'm sharing it on the socials now. Shout out to anybody who's joining already from IG, YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, X. We appreciate you.
Mm, let's see.
We are live. I still gotta check out that the new Jamie Foxx joint, man. I heard it's good.
Bruh. All right, if you ain't seen, I ain't gonna say nothing. We'll talk about it next time. I wrote it down. I forgot to copy and paste. That's the only thing I forgot to put in. I was like, you know what? I'll let you watch it. I ain't gonna spoil nothing for you, but I'll let you know it's not what you expect.
Oh no.
Yeah,
Damn.
no, like it's super revealing, but
Mm-hmm.
not what I anticipated. The way Netflix package things, it wasn't what I anticipated.
Okay.
But super cool to see.
Respect. Respect. All right. Share this on Facebooky. We are live.
Yeah.
So how was it today, man? You was out in wet streets, soggy.
Nasty today. That's funny. Me and my boss been talking all week. He's like, "Oh, gotta get to Brooklyn. Gotta run downtown to the DOB and over to the Brooklyn borough president's office." We've been fake putting it off for weeks. You know what I'm saying? And we both said Monday, all right, boom, this week for sure. I'm like, all right, I got you. Wednesday, I'm out. I'm going. First thing in the morning.
Yeah.
I opened the window. I said, nah, I ain't doing all that rain, B. I showed up to the office. He's like, Ken, what happened? I was like, yeah, I'll be melting, man. I can do cold. I can't do rain, man. I can't do that.
He said I'd be melting.
I'll be melting out there, man. I ain't got no time for that. I don't. I like to as even as an adult, like I don't really know how to dress in the rain when it's winter time because
Yeah.
like you can't like it'd be warm. Like you know what I mean? It's not cold enough for snow, so it's like you know what I mean. But it's you got a winter jacket on, but you sweating and shit, and a lot of shit I don't want to worry about, man. Nasty times.
Yeah.
But I'll go
Yeah,
Monday though
nah.
for sure.
Yeah, no, I hear you, man. I had to, handle some business in the office this week, only for that business not to get handled when it was supposed to. So, thankfully, it wasn't the rainy day like today or whatever it was yesterday. But I mean, it's cool to go in the office, see the people, connect, and all that stuff. It's always really cool, at least for me. For me, it
It's overrated. I hear you. It's overrated.
is. But when you come to handle a specific task and that task doesn't get handled, you really start to think about all the other things that you could have done if you didn't come into the office. But either way, the business is finally taken care of, so I can at least rest assured for now until the next thing that has to get taken care of nonstop.
Yeah. COVID has showed people anything. It's like, yo, the office shit is very optional.
Yo, yo, and listen, man, for
Uh,
everybody tuning in, I hope you are feeling okay. Because I don't know one person or one or two people, every other people that I speak to, every other person that I speak to, they sick. You know what I mean? And it's like you start to think about when the last time you was in the vicinity or close parameters of them.
yeah.
But I hope everybody's doing all right, man, for real.
I ain't gonna lie. I do have one coworker, like, she has a nagging cough. And we all hear it. but nobody's saying nothing. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's just like she be like we real close to death. It be sounding like, and we just all kind of just peek over.
Yeah.
All right, she ain't lean over, so we guess she get through it. You know what I mean? But now other people getting sick, and now everybody's like, you know where you got it from, right? It's like, hey, no face, no case, man. I don't know what to tell you. I'm sorry.
Facts.
Sorry,
Big facts.
sorry, it went that way for you.
Yeah, once you got kids, man, it could go either way. Whether you around people all day or you're around your kids, it's just a germ factory no matter where you go, man. It's crazy.
Kids make it difficult. They be going. Yeah, I mean, your kid is clean, but not that everybody else's kids is dirty, but it's like, yes, you got to send your kids to school with these kids. You know what I'm saying? But it is what it is,
man. Yeah, absolutely. All right, man. So listen, we got a good couple of people on. It's 8:15, so we're gonna get into this, man. It is holiday party season, people. So this is just our Freedom Cage PSA to all of you. Be careful. You are still around coworkers. You know what I'm saying? Enjoy yourselves, but be very, very careful. Be mindful about what you're doing because it will be the topic around the coffee pot on Monday. So you definitely want to make sure that you handle your stuff accordingly. Don't do nothing crazy. You know what I'm saying? Keep it together. But on the other side of things, I know a lot of people have different feelings about the holiday party. And the one thing I've been telling people that work in our company is, we ask you to jump on these meetings. We ask you to come into the office. We ask you to meet these deadlines. This is the one time that your company is asking you to just show up and have a good time. And depending on their history of these parties, if it's a good time and you heard about it, you probably want to take advantage of it. But totally understand if you feel the way you feel. Just be very mindful of what you're doing. But it's always funny to see the holiday party shenanigans happen because that's when you start to see who's been doing what or who's probably been hooking up with who all year. Because it all comes out at the holiday party. It all comes out.
Everything comes out. It all comes out. That following Monday is usually the funniest. But a lot of the corporate holiday parties is really more of like it's the only time really get your good rookie hazing in. You can't really get a good rookie haze with the new guys at the office. You know what I'm saying? Other than, hey, you got to go pick up lunch or shit like that. Little shit. But when it's the holiday party, everybody's looking at you. They're all watching you six like, look at this character with a drink in his hand. That's his third one, right? Yeah, I ain't counting, but I'm counting. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you get a little, he done loosened up the time shit. He a new man, you know what I mean? But it's always funny to see the rookies at the corporate joints.
You had your party already?
Nah, actually it's tomorrow. It's tomorrow.
Oh,
it's funny. I was just calling up. I spoke to my boss maybe 20 minutes before we got on. I was like, hey, not to be too personal, but what's your wife wearing tomorrow? He's like, excuse me? I was like, no, my wife. I said, my wife been asking me all week, is it really, really dressy? You know what I mean? Because it caught him way off guard. He wasn't ready. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I tried to hit the disclaimer too. I was like, no disrespect. What's your wife wearing tomorrow? You know what I'm saying? But he gave me the deets. He said he could do the jeans heels if you want. It's cool. I was like, all right, cool. Sure.
Bro, let me tell you something. You just put the fear of God in this man. Because now, regardless of your disclaimer, in his mind now, he like, I'm keeping this black man away from my woman.
I think my employee is doing something funny. I don't want no smoke pre-bonuses, man. I don't want no smoke.
What? God forbid he bring up your name around his wife and she got the cheese smile, man. You in trouble.
I don't want no. Hey, you dim your eyes. Don't be lighting up.
He said you dim your eyes.
Don't be lighting up. Don't be lighting up when that man name is said. Question for you. Listen, I know you're married to the baker, so you may not be allowed in the kitchen much. Mm-hmm. Do you be cooking like at all?
Let me tell you something. Like I can warm up. You know what I'm saying? I can warm up a mean cup of noodles. You know what I'm saying? Like, I put the little dressing on there. You got to put it in before you warm it up, not after, guys. You got to put it in before you warm it up. That's where you really get that seasoning in there. So yeah, man. But yeah, that's my cooking.
Just for the record, you talking about them cups that's not microwavable?
Yeah. Like you put them in the bowl. You know what I'm saying? You put it in a bowl. You put your seasoning over it. You know what I'm saying? It's good stuff. Good stuff.
Hold on. I thought you were talking cup of noodles. You're talking like the ramen noodles?
Yeah, both of them.
Put those in the microwave?
Yeah. Well, you put them in the pot.
Nigga, that's the only way. So it's a ramen noodle
Nah,
pack.
bro.
All you doing is boiling water and add it. All right. Well,
Yeah,
anyway,
man.
Shay, sweet things. Please talk to your man. Let him know ramen noodles is pot only. Cup of noodles is for the microwave. It don't belong in there, but it's for the microwave. But it seems on social media a lot of men who don't cook have been cooking more lately due to a new phenom who has gone viral called Cooking with Kaya, where she adds a couple of dance moves into the kitchen that might catch the gentleman eye, if you know what I'm saying. Um, just hey man, I've been seeing in the comments a lot of females been hating on this lady. And hey, listen, if it gets your man in the kitchen, let him live. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, the food's for you. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, so what? He only makes mac and cheese for whatever reason. He learned how to do it from Cooking with Kai. So respect that lady. Let her do her job, and let your man make you a meal. That's all. That's what I'm saying. No disclaimer. No disclaimer.
Yeah, man. I'm kind of disappointed. I thought we would have had like a picture. You know what I'm saying? A little short
I'm not
video.
trying, nigga. I'm trying to eat tonight. I ain't trying to get shot though.
Gotcha.
These are words, just words, just words. I ain't want no smoke. I ain't want no smoke today with that.
Fair enough. You know, just to add some visuals to the spectators. It ain't for us. You know what I'm saying? This is a visual show.
Check it, dear. We got you, Jeff. See, you're right there. You know what? You keep talking. Let me see if I can say, keep the party going. Keep the party going. See if I can find it. Oh man.
Oh man. All right. So we got a man who's released for false imprisonment. What's going on with that, bro?
All right, listen, dude, there's some time. Fortunately, they found out that he was there under false pretenses. They had the wrong guy. You know what I'm saying? Caught a couple $1 million lawsuit. I think it was $4 million. You know what I'm saying? And this was years ago. A few years ago, he got out. Dude went right back to jail earlier this week, killing somebody that owed him an old debt. Wasn't no average debt. It was a drug-related debt for $1,200. Like, it's like, bro, he came home with $4 million in the bank, right? You know what I'm saying? You know, taxes probably 1.8. You know what I'm saying? But to kill somebody over, like, my question to you: if you owe somebody money, right, or vice versa, and they go to prison, what's the new parameters here? Like, is that money held until release, or like, do the funds get applied straight to the books? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, what's the method to the madness here? Like, am I giving it to your whiz, even if you're not together no more? Like, how does that work? Do you have any history or know anybody on how that worked out?
Well, thankfully, I don't have any history. So if he was smart, he put some of that cash in like his kid's name or his mama name, somebody else, so they can't mess with it, at least to my knowledge. But as far as like his money, I don't know. If anybody knows on the show, let us know what happens to someone when they go into the prison, but they seem to be sitting on millions. Like, is it protected? What happens?
Like, shit. What if now here's the reverse? Like, what if you owe somebody money, but they went to prison?
That's resolved.
Like I said, debt paid the society.
You know what I'm saying? If anything, if they're cool, you know, maybe I'll put some money on your books real quick, and we call a spade a spade. You know what I mean?
Easy peasy.
That overall amount, but yeah, man, definitely.
All right, I ain't mad at that.
Mm-hmm. Oh man. So as we move to recognitions and awareness, man, this weekend was amazing. Last week we told you about Jordan's party with a purpose. This was a great thing that Jordan does every year for her birthday, where she goes into a shelter with her mother, Chef Cheryl, and they put on a spread and an event for those who may be less fortunate. And my wife and I got the chance to be a part of this. Over 900 families fed. It was sponsored by New York and New Jersey Port Authority and the Kiwanis Club of LaGuardia Airport. We're talking toys, clothes, food, music. it was just a pleasure to be there, man. My wife and I were very humbled to be a part of it. So kudos to Jordan and shout out to Chef Cheryl for doing this. And this is an open invite to anybody who is looking to be a part of events like this, or if you would like to be a sponsor or donate. All the information is on here. You can DM us at Freedom Cage Podcast on IG, and we will give you the information on how you can participate next year, man. But it was great.
That's what's up, man. Shout out to Cheryl, and her daughter Jordan. That's a super dope cause, man. But
Yeah.
was it crowded? It was a big turnout.
Yeah, so it's what was it on here? It was in the LaGuardia, was the Courtyard? Yeah, the LaGuardia Hotel shelter. So I believe it was like 3, 4, 5 floors.
Okay.
Um, and you know what I mean? It was just, families are in there. And to see the kids happy, to see the different nationalities and backgrounds that were there, young, old, people are just, trying to figure out where to go with life and not in the best circumstances. So to be
Mhm.
able to give back, man, it was amazing.
Oh, that's just dope, man. Shouts to y'all, man. Always putting on for the community. Appreciate that. That's what's up, man. That's what's up. Speaking of giving back, I had a bit of a nostalgic moment over this past weekend. Mom Dukes, Sis Dukes. She does this thing every so often where they have like a holiday Christmas kind of situation with different vendors. It's a cool little event where they give back to the kids. Have like the toys and all the like Santa's on the side as far as taking photos and all that. Real cool event. But this year it was held at my old high school. You know what I'm saying? So like they took, it was in the cafeteria type shit. Cleared out all the lunch tables, set up all the tables and stuff, had the vendors in the corner, little hot dog stand, little mini pancake stand. Shouts to them. They took like $30 of my money. Like you know what I mean? But it was cool because we had the kids with us. You know what I'm saying? So it's first time me and Jen walking through these doors since since the diplomas got closed up. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? So we walking in there with children and shit, and they like, and they looking at us, and we looking at them, and they're like, "Why y'all walking so slow?" You're like, "Yo, you don't even understand what we think about right now." Like, we're like, "Yo, they got metal detectors now." Like, "Ooh, it's not even safe in here no more." You know what I mean? But it was super
Yeah.
cool to kind of like walk the halls and shit. Like I showed like, "Oh, this is the old SO store." I was showing like Savannah and shit. She was like, "Oh, we got an SO store too." I was like, "Okay, that's cool." I'll talk about mine, but that's cool. Like, but there was one moment while we was there. I looked at Jen like, "Yo, the staircase we used to go to." She's like, "Nigga, shut up." So, you're right. You're right. You're right. You know what I mean? We grown now. We can't be doing shit like that. But shout out to moms. Kennedy won a little raffle. I think she got like this little face scrub kit thing that she won for like $1. So that was super cool. But yeah, man, it's cool
Okay.
to get back to the kids somehow, some way during the holidays because your personal kids gonna drain you. So it's cool to have free events where you can help other people and let them do what
Yeah.
they gotta do because y'all own gonna break you. You know what I mean? Y'all own gonna break
Yeah, and it's dope that the kids got to experience it. Darius was under the weather, otherwise we would have
you. Oh
made
man.
him come with us, man. But yeah, that's phenomenal, man. Talk about full circle,
Yeah,
full
man.
circle moment for you. That's amazing.
Wasn't ready. I was not ready to. He's like, yo, the cafeteria, it looks so much bigger, right? We was talking
Mhm.
like tiny. It looked tiny over the weekend.
Yeah, they ain't have no old football pictures of you walking
Nah,
by. You'd be like,
they take them shits down right after y'all leave, man. They don't
oh.
I'm sorry, unless you win a championship, which we did not. You know what I'm saying? They'll put you know what I mean? Put a little football. This was the team that did it. You know what I mean? They got the new
Yeah.
teams that won the championship like maybe 4 or 5 years after we left. They got them up. You know what I'm saying? But you old niggas that tried. Nah, we don't put we don't put y'all up. We only put accomplished niggas up
Got you. All right. Hey, man, it was
here.
worth a shot. Figure
Next
out
life,
that.
next lifetime, next lifetime.
Yeah, man. So just transitioning a bit to pay some respects here. Nikki Giovanni actually passed away recently at the age of 91. Well-known American poet and author, known for addressing race, social issues, and even doing children's literature. I remember when I was first introduced to Nikki when someone sent me, I think, a clip of her interviewing James Baldwin back in like 1943. And the conversation was just so impactful. James Baldwin is probably one of the best authors and just overall thinkers of his time. He talked about his experience in the world as a black gay man. He had a very unique point of view about the black male experience in this country. And of course, Nikki, being LGBTQ plus herself, shared her sentiment from a generation. I think he was like in his 40s and she was like in her late 20s when they're having this conversation, right? So you can see the generational gap in him talking about his fears and concerns for her generation, but also her expressing how her generation was a lot more bolder in being able to say and do certain things. So if you ever get a chance to check it out, it was part of a series that used to be on PBS called Soul. A very phenomenal conversation. If you never heard of Nikki Giovanni, make sure you look up her literature. She also has several accolades. She won numerous awards, including the Langston Hughes Medal and the NAACP Image Award. She was nominated for a 2004 Grammy Award for her poetry album, the Nikki Giovanni Poetry Collection. Additionally, she was named as one of Oprah Winfrey's 25 Living Legends, and she was also a member of the Wintergreen Woman Writers Collective. So, talk about a hell of a life, man. Pay respects to Nikki Giovanni.
R.I.P. R.I.P.
Indeed, indeed.
Man, but we got some milestones coming up this weekend, man. The 15th is be here before we know it.
Yes, sir, man. Listen, man, it's been 4 years. On this journey, podcast journey with my man here, Ken Katnick. Some of you have been with us from day one, and trust me when I say we appreciate you. And as we always say on our episodes, we salute you. We will be releasing episode 100 very soon, featuring one of the hottest up and coming media moguls who just so happens to be in our family, Christina Compare Minor, aka CC Media. So make sure you are subscribed to our YouTube channel so you can check it out when it drops. And who knows, man, maybe we can get her on our last live of the year before we close the books on 2024. We'll see if she could fit us in her busy schedule, man. But this is a milestone, man. How you feeling about it?
A little nervous. I ain't gonna lie to you. I don't know why. You know what I mean? You know what it is? Because we had 99 problems, right? You know what I'm saying? So now I'm like, damn, Jay never got past 99. What do you do? Like, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. What do you do? But you get to 100, you keep it rolling. But super happy, super proud, dope milestone. Shit. Thanks to you, honestly. But it was shit, man. We're gonna keep it rolling. Keep it rolling.
That's it. We just hope we are a good model of what consistency and authenticity can do for you. And we are just here to tell our story, man. That's all we've ever done from day one, and we hope y'all appreciate it.
Yes, sir.
All right, brother. I'm gonna let you take this one, man, because I know you are one of the biggest fans of this man I've ever met, next to your brother. But I know when this dropped, man, I know you kind of held your breath for a second.
Listen, man. Listen, Mossy Projects, Brooklyn. Reasonable doubt. Stand the fuck up. When that news broke, as far as the shady lawyer, dropping the civil suit for the sexual assault allegations that stemmed from a 2000 MTV after party. I mean, Diddy got wrapped up in the melee with whatever this paperwork was saying, but some civil paperwork was filed, man. They're trying to pull your man Shaw Carter out for some old allegations. I believe the victim right now is a Jane Doe. I believe Rock Nation is fighting all they can to make that name public to kind of make an example out of this one. I do appreciate Jay-Z immediately stepping on this with a statement. And if you are a fan of Jay-Z to any capacity, if you read his words, you read it in his rapper voice. So I don't know why. Like he was the like you have your own inner voice when you read shit, but my inner voice was Jay-Z's voice when I read his little statement. You know what I mean? But it seems as if he's standing true. They tried to shake him down a few months ago, so that's why he kind of had to step ahead to make sure I could get this out the way. But like he was saying, mostly it's just unfortunate because you got to sit your family down and explain this to the children, explain it to the kids, how people are money hungry, how people will do whatever they need to do to get their names wherever they gotta go.
Yeah,
they don't care if they drag your name through the mud. You know what I mean? So I hope he can get to the other side of this. I hope he is able to get through these allegations. But I just also want to shine light on real victims, if she's not one or is one, whatever the case may be. But I just hope real victims with real trauma are able to still get real solutions, even beyond this. Because for whatever reason, if it does turn out to just be a shakedown that kind of went too far, just to make it public, kind of puts a dim light on those who really are going through situations. So it is a very slippery slope, but yo, Jay and real Jay fashion put the statement out and kept things rolling. The very next night, he was outside with the family. You know what I mean? Blue Ivy. She starred in the new movie Mufasa. It's a live animation, so she just did like a voiceover of Nyla. But her family was out. Beyonce was out there looking like she's 24 still somehow, some way. Blue Ivy's taller than her now. I don't know when that happened. I felt like she just was born like a year ago. But
Yeah,
Jay was outside, man, with the family representing, looking real innocent. And as I seen him, it was just like the Chris Rock line just came to mind. It's like, yo, I'd much rather be guilty at the mall than innocent in jail. You know what I'm saying? So not that he is guilty, but that line definitely crossed my mind when I seen him out, with the lights flashing and all that. But business as usual until he could get this behind him. But I hope he is able to get to the other side of this, because Dace was denied a third or fourth attempt at bail like 2 weeks ago. So I don't know. What was your thoughts when the news first broke, bro?
I thought it was fake news. I mean, I think we've talked about how he stayed away from saying anything in regards to what's going on with Diddy. Has even stayed from being outside unless it was super necessary. So I thought it was fake news. To your point, I love the fact that he immediately put the kibosh on that. And then I think what I loved was the NFL also backing him immediately, saying, "We're not. This has nothing to do with what he does for us. We're behind him." You know what I mean? Nothing is changing as far as what things are going. I know there's a lot of stuff going on and being said. I think 50 Cent was somewhere talking about it as well. I haven't got a chance to listen to that yet, but I strongly feel like, I think you covered it good as far as the victims still need their protection. Innocent until proven guilty. That is our court system, and hopefully, this gets whatever deserved result that it needs.
For sure, for sure. But yeah, that was that news. Truly hope they get outside of it as a unit. Hopefully, they'll make them stronger. And this is all false news, like all allegedly and all that. Hope they bury that lawyer and Jane Doe under the man. Listen, but it is what it is on that. Some other weird news that did break on the lawyer side of things. I know this isn't our usual politics as usual segment, but it's a bit politicky. Jordan Neely, you might have to check my timestamp, but he was murdered. I want to say earlier this year. I don't think it was late last year. It might have been earlier this year. Um, Story goes, he was a nuisance in the subway at the moment. So Daniel Penny got him into a chokehold and didn't release him for like 8 to 10 minutes. He was trained to some capacity in I guess hand-to-hand combat. So he understood like holding someone, rendering someone like without air could slow them down 8 to 10 seconds. Honestly, without air, it'll start to cause a brain issue. But to hold them for a consecutive 5, 6, 7, 8 minutes after that seemed excessive. A lot of people were under the impression that he'll have to do some sort of time, because you just can't go murdering people, even if you feel you are being a hero to those who weren't in need of any real protection. But someone stepped up. He stepped up. But it turns out he got acquitted on all charges. They let that man walk free. My question to you with that: does this set like a weird precedent for pedestrians to be heroes if it does go too far?
This is tough, man, because having family and friends that were in the Marines, and just explaining how they're trained, when once they engage, their whole mindset is just to secure and make sure that the threat is neutralized. Versus, to your point, what does this now mean for people when they're on the train and they feel like something is happening, threatening in their area? Now, we can't ignore the fact that if the colors are reversed here, do we get the same end result, right? I'm
Man.
ready. I'm ready for anybody who wants to have that conversation. But if the colors are reversed here, I would be very interested to see what the result would have been. Here we are with a very unique situation, and I think to your point, moving forward, it will be interesting to see now because the mental health issues are still out there. It's rampant in New York City, and it's
Mhm.
very obvious on the train that there are certain individuals who, tend to react in certain ways that may make a trained individual on that train nervous and go into action. Will this be a
Yes.
consistent verdict going forward? Now, I know we don't know all the particulars of what happened in the trial, but
Mhm.
exactly to your point, the overall precedent definitely sends a message.
Words. Scary, super scary. That.
Yeah.
A last bit of local news. This is not too far from me over in downtown Brooklyn. I ain't gonna lie, man. When I first saw this news, as a parent, I felt like this was blatant discrimination. I ain't gonna lie to you. But over on Union Street, 655 Union Street, there is a new building that is set to open to the public, but it only allows DINK couples. DINK. For those that don't know what DINK means, it's an acronym for double income, no kids, or dual income, no kids. So they are allowing, single professional couples to come in with no children. Hey,
Mm,
come on in. But this is more of an upscale kind of lux kind of paradise for childless couples, where they'll have like Pilates studios, rooftop pools, a dog spa. Really focusing on the adult lifestyle. Um,
mm.
it sounds dope, but I'm like, yeah, I can't even walk in this building. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? I'm 13 years removed from this. You know what I'm saying? I'm not even you know what I mean? So I was curious. I'm like, I just want to know the rules in the event. All right, well, if we move in, we're a date couple, so to speak. What if you
Mm.
get knocked up? What is it? You gonna terminate my lease? Like, you know what I'm saying?
Word.
I'm dying to know the rules. Like, what are your thoughts on a dink community?
It's progressive. Like
Right?
I can't knock the idea of you're definitely setting a standard of certain living, certain expectations that would make it interesting for those because there is a community of people who they're just happy with their partner and they're not looking to have kids.
Mhm.
It would make for a very interesting atmosphere. I mean, it sucks for families who are already struggling to look for housing. It's not their fault they
Word,
decided to start a family. They didn't know this was going to be a thing.
word,
But it will be interesting to see if this expands, if this starts to really influence how people are. Like, do you kind of do it like how you got a pet? Like, you make sure the kid really doesn't say much, but then you know what I mean? Like, you keep things going. Like, I don't know. Like, that's gonna be weird. Like, I don't
super
know.
weird. Like I don't
Mhm.
like. Are you allowed to invite your friends with kids? Like, because I would like if I did
Oh
live in the
yeah,
building and I was a dink. If I was
yeah.
a dink and a kid got on the elevator, I'll be like, oh, who let this? I mean, this tall little thing in a building. Like, where's security around here? You know what I mean?
Yeah, man. Yeah, you probably got to pay a fee for a kid to come in. I don't know, man.
Imagine.
That's crazy. That's interesting, though, man. Because now, if you think about it, right? If you let's say you had a kid when you were young, and now you're older, and you really like this apartment, you're trying to, downgrade. This might be interesting.
Mm,
It might
word,
be interesting.
word, word. Shit. Let's play the other game. Like, if you if you got divorced and you lost the kids in the battle, right? So
Ooh,
I'm officially a dick now.
you onto something.
I'm officially a dick now. You know what I mean?
Well, it's
But
well, it's dual income. So
hey, I,
you,
I gotta find me a new partner.
mm,
And now,
okay,
you know
okay,
what I mean?
all right,
Just throwing it out there. I mean, I'll have someone has to read all the lease rules, but might be a
yeah,
little caveat. Might be a little lane later in life.
okay, all right, yeah, yeah. Let's keep an eye on this, man. This one,
Mhm. That's a good one. Like,
Yeah, this might be a thing going forward, man.
mm-hmm.
All right. This is, of course, one of my segments that I really love on this live stream, man. I am not a doctor. I just play one here on FCP, y'all. And we are following up on the murder of the UHC CEO for their healthcare division, Brian Thompson. There's been a lot of developments in a week, y'all. There is a suspect that has been charged, Luigi Mangione. It seems like he comes from a very privileged background. From first sight, doesn't look like someone who you would have thought would probably be doing something like this. But as we start to hear the story, I think they tried to tie it to a surgery that he had at one point that really impacted him on his back. And he had all kinds of manifestos that really challenged a lot of the misdealings of insurance companies. And we're still getting more information. He was caught in Pennsylvania. Somebody recognized him in the McDonald's and called 911, and the officers, of course, approached him and brought him back to New York. So still a lot of information on this, man. But I did hear that a lot of CEOs now are tightening up. A
Oh,
lot
for
of
sure.
CEOs that their details probably weren't as tight, or they were probably real lax out there in the streets. A lot of CEOs are tightening up, man. So if you happen to be in the security industry, this is probably going to be a booming time for you right before the
Yeah,
holidays.
yeah.
Take advantage. I hate that it's on the heels of a tragic incident like this, but
Mhm.
hey, man, protection has to happen.
Has to. I ain't gonna lie. If I was a CEO of a my customer service ratings aren't too good, I think I would definitely beef up security just to be safe.
Yeah, man.
I mean, everybody's not like a satisfied customer wants the McDonald's, over a billion served type shit. I
Yep.
would definitely look into some sort of security, or at least try to get that gun permit on me. You know what I mean, just in case. You know what I mean? But
Yeah, man.
I ain't
Yeah.
gonna lie. When the news broke of him being spotted in Pennsylvania, and it's like, oh, he's at McDonald's. I'm like, was he robbing a joint? Like, what's he doing? They're like, no, he's just in there on the run. Like, that's not a place to stop. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, man.
like this number two has to wait, my nigga. Like, you on the run, just keep going. You know what I mean? But
Yep.
but hey, I'm happy he was smart enough to be stupid enough to stop. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? So people couldn't catch him. Because it could have, like you said, it could have been a lot worse. But hey man, did you happen to read the manifesto that he dropped?
No, I didn't get that deep into the weeds, man.
Okay, okay.
I do know, everybody knows about the words that were on the bullets: deny, defend, oppose. And it's echoes of a book from 2010, Delayed, Deny, Defend: Why Insurance Companies Don't Pay Claims and What You Can Do About It. There's talks about how Brian Thompson was selling off stocks right before the Change Healthcare incident. So, I mean, there's a lot that's coming out. There's a lot lingering out there. The overarching story here, and we talk about this all the time on this show, is insurance companies have been getting away, for lack of better words that I won't use, because of the unfortunate incident for the CEO. They've been getting away with a lot of suspicious activities in regards to denying claims, which lead to bills that land in the laps of these patients. And some of them have worked very hard to have insurance to cover their issues. Medical coverage is the one thing that you don't know if you're going to have a medical issue, right? The human body is the human body. So that's why they call debt that's related to medical issues. It's it is so debilitating because you can't control it. You know what I mean? It's not like getting in a car accident. Granted, things can happen, but it's the car. You know what I mean? It's not as, egregious as, if you get sick one day, God forbid, that can build and build into something where you need your insurance to cover you. You've worked your entire time to have this coverage and only to get a bill that says, oh, we don't cover that for you. Or you have a co-insurance, or you have a patient responsibility that is far beyond your income. Now
Mhm.
you're taking all this time digging into your savings, digging into probably investments and stuff that you've tried to save to secure yourself after retirement, to the point where a lot of times this leads to homelessness and sometimes acts of violence. So uh, it's tough what's going on with these insurance companies, but still, it does not give anybody the right to harm anybody.
Mm. I am curious to know if I believe the original award got up to like 10,000, but I heard rumors of the person who made the tip still not getting the money.
Mm,
Nasty work.
man.
Nasty
So
work.
if I remember, I haven't read the language on these rewards, but if I remember at the bottom, it tells you not just the arrest, but the prosecution and conviction. I don't know if that's still the case, but I remember I used to say the same thing. Like, all right, so they turned him in, they get the money, right? They were like, no, they actually have to prosecute him and all of that stuff. So I don't know if that's still the way it goes, but yeah, man, sorry.
They got to put that up front at the top of that page. I mean, put my phone back in my pocket and said, nah, I don't think that's him after all. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah. But moving along, man, there was a big win for anesthesiologists last week. And, this is for a lot of my healthcare aficionados. If you're not, just think of whenever you go in for a specific surgery, there's different forms of anesthesia that you can get, right? The local and then the other one. I'm not going to act like I know all this stuff. I'm on the billing side, y'all. I don't, I'm not on the clinical side, right? But there's a certain formula that's used to bill anesthesia out. And the main course of it is the time that they apply. So while you're under that anesthesia, that time that they have under there, that's crucial because that allows them to do the procedure in the most safe and efficient way. This new policy by Blue Cross Blue Shield was going to dictate the time that an anesthesiologist will be allowed to have the anesthesia for the patient. Now, you can just imagine no doctor is just going to stop the procedure and be like, hey, man, you ran out of time from your insurance. They're going to continue so they can give you the procedure that you need. But guess what's going to happen? Once that time passes, who you think is going to pay for the rest of that time? You. Right? Yeah, man. So when I tell you, the Society of Anesthesiologists, they were challenging this because they were hearing about it, I think, since earlier this year, probably longer than that, because it really didn't come into our purview until we were thinking about anesthesia billing. So now it's a big win because the other piece of this is the fear. And I don't think this would have happened, but it's a possibility. The fear would have been that some surgeons would have tried to rush the procedure to meet the time limit that was dictated by the insurance. So this is a big win for anesthesiologists, big protections for patients, not only from a safety perspective, but also from the possibility of you getting a statement in the mail. So, yeah, man. General. Thank you, Tanya. General anesthesia. See, Tanya always saving the day.
Tanya been on time for 4 years.
Absolutely. All right, man. So we are at our main theme, man. And this week we are going with the root of all friendships. And I know you may be asking, say, why are we talking about the root of all friendships? Well, I was watching a 20-minute conversation between Simon Sinek and Trevor Noah. Simon Sinek is probably one of the most brilliant thinkers that I've ever seen and heard from. And we all should know Trevor Noah from his time on television, but also being not just a comedian, but also a very eccentric thinker. And they sat down and the conversation was based on friendships, loneliness, and just overall how we prioritize sometimes our work over our friendships and how that can be unhealthy. So we're going to premise the conversation and first start with asking everybody the question: what does true friendship mean to you?
It's on the ride part of ride or die. You know what I'm saying? Like, that the 2 a.m. phone call, like in distress kind of thing. You where? All right, man. Just drop a pin, man. I'll be in a little bit. You know what I'm saying? It's those people that you can rely on when you really don't have anybody else to rely on. It's that person that could be there for you, not only when times are hard, but when times are great as well. as far as giving you that push when you need it, letting you know when you're wrong, when you are wrong. But if people around, even though you're wrong, hey, we wrong / right together right now. So we'll talk about this later. Like, you know what I'm saying? But what you said, yo, you was wrong, nigga. Like, you know what I mean? You need those people to kind of pull your card to let you know
white grass. Yeah.
hey, if we had to go, we all had to go. You know what I'm saying? But I'm happy we didn't have to go. Oh man, that whole ride would have been white grass ass. No, but that's my version as far as true friendship. Just being able to rely on someone when they don't have to be there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's one of my main like priorities of it. What about you? What does true friendship mean to you?
I mean, me and you think alike, bro. I think everything you said, and I think Tanya alluded to it on IG. No matter how long we don't speak, we can count on each other. Not being afraid to ask for help. If we are so in sync that I can reach out to you just because I have a feeling that you're not being your usual self, but I also give you space if you feel like you need that time to yourself. And I understand the balance of how often to check on you versus, all right, I need to let my bro kind of work through that situation, or I need to let my sis kind of have some time to calm down. And at some point, I know we will go back to building from where we were. So, and then reading the room, brother, that shit right there.
Man, listen. Having conversation with just your eyes with somebody is it's a chef's kiss kind of thing to a friendship for sure.
Absolutely. So once again, just building off that, everybody, think about it. What is your longest friendship? And I want you to think about that. We just talked about what is true friendship, right? What is your longest friendship? I gotta say,
about to say, is my wife count, or she's
nah. We can't include the wives.
That was the easy way out.
Yeah.
Well, shit. Not to sound too cliche, but my man that introduced me to my wife might be my wife.
Hey.
Oh man, my man T. Yeah, he might be my longest standing relationship. I got people from Brooklyn, but as far as just still staying in contact with, so I got real numbers with, not just IG, socials. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I might go with T. So that shit. Going on 27 years now, maybe 28.
Okay. Yeah, for me, wow. Like true friend, I gotta go with my guy Adrian. And me and Adrian go back to 97. So we talking over 20 years. Over 20 years of friendship. We want to talk about a person that I don't think, outside of you, I don't think there's another person that, and my wife, of course, I don't think there's another person that contacts me as much as Adrian. And it's honestly just to see how I'm doing. You know what I mean? And I sometimes, and that's why this conversation really struck me, because I sometimes think about, shit, am I a true friend to him? Because a lot of the times he's reaching out to me, checking on me, making sure I'm good.
You're not the foul friend, are you?
maybe like twice a year. I'll probably be like, yo, Adrian, how you doing, man? And it's probably my birthday and like New Year's. So I think, you know what I mean? It made me kind of look back at, the people that have me as, give me true friend vibes. And, as we go through the conversation, y'all see where I'm going with how we start to evaluate, where we're at in friendships. I see SKL put respect when we were talking about what is true friendship. That's very true. Tanya said, I had a friend from second grade. Her husband killed her. Wow. Sorry to hear that. Not with a gun or hands either. Their last names were one letter off. Wow.
Yeah. Sorry to hear that.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry to hear that, Tanya. Damn.
Yeah, man. Definitely our condolences. But yeah, that's my longest, man. Over 20 years, decent guy. He's good because he's met you. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not gonna have no true friend, what I'm saying, that doesn't meet my good people. So he knows you, he knows my wife. Shout out to Adrian, man. I was hoping he would be on for this so he could, get his flowers in real time, but he can watch it later.
Now you got to call him for real, all right?
You're right.
Hey, man, I was talking about you, man.
Yeah.
But listen, with friendships, even with the test of time, like we all kind of get older, we all kind of have priorities as far as work is concerned, family is concerned. How often do you feel you need to prioritize work over friendships?
Whoo. I don't think I started to do that until I was in leadership. And I say that because, you got to have something to lose at work to feel like you're prioritizing the friendship over work. When I was just in a certain area performing the same task all day, it wasn't nothing to prioritize, right? Yeah, we're gonna come back late from lunch. We're gonna take long breaks. I mean, that's just the way it is. But now, when you hold a significant position in a company, and you got like a meeting scheduled, but this person is coming into town, and they're like, "Yo, man, I really need to talk to you. I'm going through some things. Do you think you could clear your calendar?" That I have done. You know what I'm saying? Because for me, and we're gonna get into some of the quotes here, the value of certain friendships for me mean more than whatever this company could do for me. And depending on the meeting, I know that this meeting either really doesn't need me on it, but they just added me, or it can wait. Because the friend, I don't know if that friend can wait, and then I don't know the severity of the situation. God forbid. And I put this on Silently Growing the other day. The last embrace with your best friend could be the last embrace with your best friend. So love yours. So I think it's, for me, it's important that if my friend needs me and I can prioritize them, I will.
That's what's up. On my side with that, yeah, I'm gonna definitely put work before the friendship, just because if you're a friend, you understand. You know what I mean? I'm gonna just put you in that category. And if you don't understand, you might not be my friend. You know what I'm saying? So we all, as friends, we all understand as grown men, like, yo, we got to go handle your business. You know what I'm saying? So please go handle that. We'll chop it up another time, another date. You know what I mean, rearrange whatever we did have on the calendar if it got to get moved around. But yeah, I don't have to do it often. Thank God. I do try to have a calendar and a schedule so I could, like, you know what I mean? I hate to be double booked at 8 p.m. You know what I mean? Like with work and you, but you know what I mean? But work comes first. Everybody understand that. Our family.
So hold on to that. I'm going to read off some responses, but I love that you said that because that came up in their conversation as well between Simon and Trevor. So Shay Sweet Thing said, I have many friends that have become acquaintances over the years. That happens. Tanya said, I have a friend that became my brother from 6th grade on the brighter side. So that's after, the unfortunate, loss of her friend. And then Tanya also says, sometimes you just outgrow friendships. Very, very true. Very true. So I want to go back because you said something that stood out in their conversation, which is my friend is going to understand. And they premise the understanding of, do they really? And is that a fair expectation of us to have of them in the form of what we call true friendships? Now, it's not to say that your opinion is wrong. It's to open our minds to the concept of how many times do we ask someone or assume that someone just understands something?
Often. We hate to put the you should know on people, but you do it a lot more than you should, and we do take that kind of for
granted. Me too. Yeah, man.
I don't even know if and it's like the word is slipping me. Like an unconscious thing that you do. You just kind of you don't do it maliciously. You just like, yo, you don't know. You know what I mean? They dead ass just like, yeah, I don't. Dog, you got me. I'm new to this. Could you walk me through it? You know what I mean? But unfortunately, I do that more than I should.
Yeah. Yeah, man. Yeah, I totally understand. That's why, when he dropped that, I was like, shit. I was like, I feel like they're talking to me. It's like, who told you my life? So SKL said you also can't stretch yourself thin and don't get that same type of friendship in return. It's knowing your worth, and if you can have a friendship where both parties value the other's worth is important. Absolutely.
Facts.
Shay Sweet Things, many people don't know how to agree to disagree. A lot of people try to change the mind of the other person without respecting each other's difference in perspective. Yeah. Yeah. There should be an open communication going both ways, understanding that
Time.
we're not here to be right. We're here to understand each other. And as long as you lead from a place of understanding and grace, you'll be fine in any conversation, to be honest.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I got another question for you with that. Do you have a friendship that was tested? And if so, how did it happen if you're able to share? And what was the end result? It's like a three-parter. But what was the end result of that situation if so?
Ooh. Oh man. See, I gotta locate a true friendship. Oof.
He said a true one.
Yeah, 'cause, I mean, there's been like acquaintances, like Shay Sweet Thing said, where it's we just fell out, and all right, there is one. Um, there was a difference of opinion when someone new was brought into a situation where we were building up this program, and before this new person came in, me and this person had a really good friendship, and we were both really the pillars behind this program with one other person. But when this new person came in, my friend felt like this new person came in kind of like guns blazing, ready to take over, really wasn't like earning their stripes yet, and just didn't want to kind of play their role. They were ready to like be the lead right away. And I tried to tell my friend this is a good thing because the other people that were a part of the project really weren't as enthusiastic or coming with ideas like this person. And when I told you the first meeting we had, usually people show up to that first meeting and they're just listening. They're just there to, observe, absorb, and then come back. This person came with a whole presentation. But before they did it, they sat back, they listened to everybody, they made sure everybody got their piece out, and then they just wanted to present their ideas in a visual way because they're a visual person. They're a planner, they're an organizer. So the best way for them to explain themselves is if they put it in a visual form. And then from there, they just proceeded to want to take the lead on certain things. And this rubbed my friend the wrong way. And we all had to have a conversation towards the end of the year, going into the new year of this program, and talk to people who we felt like were slacking a little bit, but we gave them the grace of understanding, like Tanya said earlier, life be lifing. So if you feel like being a part of this program at the level of having a significant role was too much, then maybe you need to step away, and you could still, attend events, be a part of it, whatever the case may be. This person was not a part of that conversation in the way of you're going to leave, but they decided to tell us they were going to leave. And from that conversation, I noticed our friendship started to dwindle, and conversations trying to get it back, trying to understand it. It took a while for them to honestly be like, yeah, it was that interaction that really rubbed me the wrong way. And the
Mhm.
end result of it now is I barely talk to this person, to the point where I know if I hit them up, it'll be like time hasn't passed.
Mhm.
But I am a strong proponent of you can't recreate the past. And
Mhm.
I know I put the effort in, so it is where it is at this point. But I'll
Right.
always wish them the best.
I feel you. I feel you. All right. All right. Alicia had some closure at the point. At least had a moment to reflect on, why we
Yeah.
not what we used to be. Like, I'm gonna let you know exactly why we not what we used to be. You know what I mean? It's good to have that closure. You know what I mean? A lot of people don't get that.
Yeah.
They kind of just fade away and never have to revisit that chapter again. Um, I recall a situation that didn't involve me personally, but it did involve a group of my friends where there was like three of them. Late night partying in a place you shouldn't have been. Kind of was outnumbered as far as a numbers game go, like a 3 versus 10,
Mm.
like, and when you with a group of friends and some shit hit off, you expect you and your group of friends to be there to get through the situation. One of those three ran off, right, and like it was bad. Like it was a bad turnout. As far as now it's 10 versus 2. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like at least for 3, we could have took 3 of them out, maybe 4. You know what I mean? But the 2 versus 10, the numbers outweigh them. But once the story got out, like, yo, wait, such and such ran? Yeah, man, I seen the back of his Timbs, man. It was serious. And listen, I can laugh about it now, but the week of, it was just not a funny situation. You know what I mean? Because like niggas was in the hospital, it was bad. Like, you know what I'm saying? But like you know what I mean when all of us kind of seen dude again, it was just like. It's like, yo, fam. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it was like, yo, we at the big park. Like, you know what I mean? We go to the big park. It's like, where everybody at? He's giving them fake coordinates and shit. Saying, "Nah, we ain't there." Like, you know what I'm saying? It was one of them shits. Like, you know what I mean? It just never was the same after that situation. Not even the 2 that were there, but amongst all of us as a crew, you know, we were just like, nigga did what? Like,
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's like that ain't. Yeah. Like you think you know somebody to like the shit hits the fan, you know what I'm saying? And we were just and dude might have just was hoping that shit never hit the fan. But it did, and now we know everybody's true color in that situation. But at the week of it wasn't funny, but looking back, it was the stories always are funnier than the actual event.
Yeah. No, yeah. That's that's one of those tough situations, man.
That never rekindled.
Yeah, nah. There's scars involved, man. There's yeah, like no, yeah. All right. Okay. So 2 quotes that really stood out during this conversation between Simon Sinek and Trevor Noah. The first one, they're talking about your friend will be there for you, but work won't. When you hear that statement, what is it? What resonates with you?
You said your friend will be there for you, but the work won't.
Yes.
I think I take that as more so like don't get me wrong, if I die today, sadly my position will be up on Reddit tomorrow, /LinkedIn, /Facebook. Like, hey, we need a new PM over at like because this guy, unfortunately is no longer with us, but we do need someone to fill this seat. So in that sense, work kind of keeps moving. You can't stop. But a friend will be there, before the hire and after the hire. You know what I mean? As far as just, damn, you got fired on your day off? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, shit, like, you know what I mean? It's a conversation that you can have with someone beyond work. You know what I mean? So I think I would take it in that light. You know what I mean? The friend will be there regardless of what's happening on the work side of your life.
Okay.
Yeah?
Maybe? No, yeah. I mean, hey, it's your opinion, man. That was the beauty. Yeah. That was the whole point of this conversation they had. So for me, I get the sentiment, the work will be there. I mean, the friend will be there when your work won't. I think that all depends on that person's relationship with people. If I'm naturally an introvert, connecting with people is one of the hardest things to do. But you give me a task, you give me something that I love to do, and that's my job. That's my sense of peace. That becomes my sense of connection and disconnect from anything as far as chaos in the world. So I think it all depends on that person and how they deem connections with people versus connections with an actual task. And we see that a lot with the neurodivergent community, right? They have their unique way of interacting with others, but when they have a task that they really love, some of them love numbers, some of them love engineering, they fall in love with that to the point where they don't want people to bother them at all. Leave me alone. This is my thing. I need to do it. But when I need you, I will come and get you. So that's what connected with me when I heard that.
Okay. I got a side question based off of that. Most friends you have, you meet them before your workspace, but sometimes you have the privilege of getting into your workspace and then meeting a friend. You ever had the dynamic of, getting into work, meeting a friend, but then that friend no longer works with you guys? So now, like, you got used to seeing somebody 30, 40 hours a week, eating lunch 2-3 times a week, you know what I'm saying? Like, but then the work stops on one side. And then it's just like, I don't know what to talk to you about no more. Like, you know what I'm saying? We can't talk about such and such on the 3rd floor because You ever had a situation like that on your side?
Yes. And I found that the reason why we disconnected was because we really didn't have a connection outside of the job. So exactly to your point, right? If you connect with people at work, but you have no connection outside, like literally when y'all walk out the office or when y'all log off the laptop, you probably don't know nothing about that person after 5 o'clock. 9 times out of 10, if they leave to go to another place, that's it.
And it's funny, like the first week or two, you try to keep it tight, like, yo, man, how's the new spot? Da, 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 da.
Yep.
Oh, it's dope, man. Yeah, we got to link up one day. For sure.
That was 4 years ago.
It'd be like that. It'd be like that.
Yeah. Nah, that was a good one. I like that. That was a good one. All right, so let's check in on IG real quick, see what they're talking about over there. Shay Sweet Things. After a certain age, there's no patience for the bullshit. And Tanya said none whatsoever. Totally agree. Totally agree. I think age comes with different levels of maturity, and that's where you start to gauge your friendships. Now, this next quote, there's a reel of Simon Sinek saying this, and it is dope. We don't build trust by offering help. We build trust by asking for it. And he goes on to talk about the sense of a lot of times we think we prove our friendship by how many times we can, ask someone what they need from us instead of bringing them in to help us and feel like they're playing a role of value or giving something back to us. Plus, it gives a sense of vulnerability on our part. And we talk about a lot about this with Black males. A lot of times we don't want to ask for help, whether it's mental issues, whether it's just, I got this big ass TV that I know I'm going to break my back trying to bring up these stairs by myself, but I got to do it because I can't let my bro feel like I can't do this. And he's going to be like, you need to get back in the gym, you weak mother. Anyway, so, but he talks about that and that sense of vulnerability, being able to open oneself up to a true friend in that way, starts to build that trust, because now you're trusting me with information. You may be having situations where you feel like you need advice. You're trusting me with a potential big decision that you're about to make. This might be the difference between you being happy 20 years from now or you being saying, I'm with this girl because you said it was a good idea. Like,
facts. Facts. Yeah, that's a facts. Another side question with that, like, if it, granted, oh man, being a Black man, we are very not sheltered in that light, but very machismo kind of. You know what I mean? But we don't need the help. You know what I mean? But a good friend would recognize that you need and offer the help. Does that not count for something?
It does.
You know what I'm saying? Right?
Does.
It should.
Yeah, it does. It does.
It's like I said, nigga, I know you got too much pride to ask me, but nigga, let's go. Like, you know what I'm saying? I see you struggle with that TV, nigga. Let's go. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's what
that's reading the room. That's reading the room.
That's one of the perks. One of the perks.
Absolutely. Okay. Yeah. Great point. So now we talked about this to start the year. So it was really cool that they brought this up during the conversation, right? So the conversation gets deep in the weeds when they start to talk about men and saying the words "I love you" to one another, and how depending on a male's relationship with hearing those words from another man, let alone ever hearing those words, it could be received in different ways. So, of course, me and you, we say it, you know what I mean? But we'll be honest, that's something we developed, I want to say, over the last maybe 5 to 6 years. Really saying it. You know what I mean?
And now, even with that, we kind of manicize it, like, love you, my nigga. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Exactly. See, this is why we here. This is exactly why we here.
We got to man it up.
Yeah, like, love you, bro. Love you, broski. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And they talked about you said exactly what they said. I feel like you watched this and you're not telling me. They talked about that, but then they said, what is the hardest part of actually saying like the 3 words so that they connect different, and then being able to understand, hey, you might not get the best response, but sometimes it opens the door to a deeper friendship where there is that sense of vulnerability and connection. What do you think is the biggest hurdle that you may face with hearing that for the first time from a good friend?
Uh, I ain't gonna cancel niggas when we get to 100. Like it feels gay. Like, you know what I mean? like yeah, like you know I love you, but like me looking in your eyes like, yo, Sean, I love you. Like in a period at the end of that, you like it's just like my nigga, like yo, I got a wife with kids. Like what the fuck you talking about? You know what I'm saying? Like, like you know it's all love. It's nothing to that point, but that's back to the the macho shit. You know what I'm saying? It's hard to shake that. Like it's the way niggas was raised. It's the way we are. You can't remold that mold. Like it's molded, nigga, and it hardened up. Like you know what I'm saying? That's him now. Yeah. Like you know what I'm saying? You got to break that whole mold and going to start over. So so we always got to put that man on it, that extra oomph at the end of it, just to lighten up the mood. Let the word shine through, and let the way it's carried, kind of just trust in that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, because look at you, like now no one looking in the eyes.
No, this is exactly it. Yeah.
But like it's looking another man in his eyes and saying the 3 words. And don't get me wrong, like you mean them, but you don't mean them like that. But it's hard to decipher that from another. You know what I'm saying? So, shit, Nick's is down. Thanks, Tanya. So much for that. That's the closest to a chip we got in years.
Yeah, because you picked them in Dallas, right? Dallas lost last night.
Yeah, they both out.
Yeah, I think I had the Bucks in OKC, so I'm almost there.
Okay, all right. OKC shining. Yeah. OKC shining.
But yeah, absolutely, man, absolutely. All right, so the last piece of this, and then we'll close things out for this topic. Trevor Noah said, we shouldn't take for granted how the abandoning of friendships can put a strain on our romantic relationships in the future. To me, he was cooking with this one.
Yeah, he kind of cooked a lot on that.
And then he proceeded before, because I know you got a great thought, but then he proceeded to cook by saying, because most people, when they enter a relationship without a good community of friends, maybe even just that one good friend, they put the burden of responsibility on their partner. So now their partner has to be their everything, not just there for them romantically and that partner friendship, but now they have to encompass all the things that they go through, all the stories they got to tell every time they want to vent. And there's actually, he goes on to talk about there's actually some sort of healthy mechanism there when your partner has a friend who they can go and vent to about your ass, because they come back actually a better person, because at least they got it off their chest.
Got it off. They got it out.
Yeah, you know what I mean? But I'm gonna stop there, man, because he was in the kitchen with the mac and cheese on this one, bro. I was like,
he's cooking. He cooked, man. I ain't gonna lie to you. But that's a lot of pressure to put onto someone in a partnership / relationship. Exactly. You can't. That's a lot, man.
Yeah.
But don't get me wrong. Hey, some people have that relationship, and hey, you're my one all be all, and it's like that's cool. But you ain't got nobody to go out with on this Friday night. Like I was trying to play PS5 to my eyes bleed. Like you ain't got nothing else to do. Like you know what I'm saying? Like, you ain't got nobody called you. Like you wanna get the other controller or something? Like I don't know what to tell you. Like you know what I mean? Like he's like I'll get you your own PS. You can do this on other TV. We could play it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's way too much pressure to put on another person in a relationship. And don't get me wrong. As a partner, you may feel like it's my responsibility. It's like, why wouldn't I want to be there for the vent session? It's the vent session. It is what it is. Yeah. That's what we're here for. We are literally here for that. You know what I mean? But I think like once in a while is one thing, but if it's a constant vent, like 7 times a day venting kind of thing, it's just like, yo, fam, you might need it. Like if it ever gets to that situation, I would tell somebody, yo, man, you might need a journal. You got get that off.
Journal.
You said you ever picked up like a mic? Like, you know what I'm saying? You might have to rap, or can you sing? Like, you know what I'm saying? You have to get this out some other way. You know what I mean? Just to like, you don't ever want to throw therapy on somebody, but it's like a lot of venting, man.
Yeah.
And hey, I'm gonna give you my negative opinions. You might need a professional opinion at this point. Like, you know what I mean? If my negative opinion ain't working, you might need a professional opinion if it's still bothersome. That's my take on that one for sure. For sure.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. But yeah, man, when he said that, I mean, that resonated so much because, you know, if you're with someone who doesn't have a good friendship group, and you know, it does tend to put a strain on the romantic relationship. It's okay to disagree with the opinion. That's why we all have them. But a lot of times, man, imagine you had just one person to talk about everything. At some point, they are not going to be able to be there to take on all of that, like Kenny said. And you're going to want different opinions, different point of views. I'm still the same me. I can't be 5 different opinions, 5 different views. At my core, I have my beliefs. And once you get to an impasse, that means you need to take that conversation to someone else who has different cores of beliefs and a different opinion. And maybe, you know, they can allow more for that conversation. So, yeah, man. Good stuff. Good stuff.
That was a good one.
Yeah. It's a 20-minute conversation of a bigger event called Brilliant Minds. And man, it's 20 minutes of gold, guys. 20 minutes of gold. If you ever wanted different perspectives on how to approach friendships, relationships, and co-mingle that with your professional life, really good conversation.
For sure. Okay. Noted.
All right. We are gonna keep things flowing on the YouTube section, man. We're going over the TV shows, movie, and music recommendations. We are about to talk about this Dochi Tiny Desk, man. First of all, please let me know if I'm saying the name wrong.
Dochi.
All right, this Dochi Tiny Desk, man. It was amazing, bro. This is my first time being introduced to her music. I know, man. I know.
I don't recommend a lot. Of shit. That Alligator Bites, man. That's a good album, man. That's a good body of work that girl put out. But I didn't see the Tiny Desk though. It was dope.
It was flames, bro. I mean, so of course, you know, first time hearing anything, it's just like, all right, you know, you got my attention. Let's see what you got. But just from the overall presence when it first starts, she goes right into it. And you know, it's versatility, singing, rapping, very animated, very lyrical, creative. She pretty much owned the entire performance, man. The intro joint, the internet is saying, was like a rendition of a song called Stressed, where she's doing like a whole boom boom bap cadence, and she's really taking it back to like the 90s style flow. But it almost felt like she was definitely taking a shot at people who are making music that really ain't saying nothing. It's just a lot like a lot of bull, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, man. But Boiled Peanuts I was a fan of that, man. Definitely one of the faves. The aggressiveness on Catfish for the performance. It gave me that, you know, shorty, I'm here and I ain't going nowhere type of vibe. Denal as a River was Fuego. And then there's a part where one of her band does like a saxophone solo and shorty just rips it, man. Like the entire 20 minutes was off the chain. Beautiful. I've watched it at least 3 times already.
I'm a big fan of her. She in my head, she feels like a modern day Lauryn Hill before Lauryn hit the Fugees. Like before she got kind of molded into the group, and then before she was able to put out her own miseducation, she's that era of Lauryn before Lauryn got like big. You know what I mean? In the modern time, in my head, if that makes any sense. But she has the ability to sing. She has the ability to rap. She has the ability to hold the beat, and she might be able to out rap one of your favorite rappers if she had to. You know what I'm saying? Her breath control, the way she puts her songs together, her melodies. I'm a fan. Little vulgar, but whatever. You know, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I curse every day. Like, I can't even get mad at her. You know what I mean? But she's really good. She's taken off if she hasn't already.
Yeah, for sure, man. So moving over to movies, man. Transformer One is officially out, man. I'm a big Transformer fan, so getting a chance to watch this was pretty cool. I mean, of course, it wasn't like real. What is it like the real deep Pixar type stuff? It was a true like cartoon style, but it was good. It was good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I liked it.
I don't know if I caught this one.
Yeah,
I'm
man.
gonna add this to the list. I think I saw this one. Okay. Okay.
Yeah, it's honestly the origin story of the Transformers. You see how Optimus Prime becomes Optimus, and of course, you Megatron. I mean, it was dope. It was dope. Like, it was funny. It definitely was entertaining, and
Okay.
yeah, man, it really tells you how they became who they are. And woof, good stuff, man. Good stuff.
All right. All right. Not mad at that. Not mad at that. Add it to the
Uh,
list.
all right. This next one, man. Megan Fox is on a roll. Subservience.
Mm,
So this this one here is going to be interesting because now that we're in the AI robot stage,
mhm.
this one here, you can tell this was perfect timing. So at first, you know what I mean? Like I don't want to tell y'all the story, but basically, you know what I mean? She's an AI robot.
Okay.
I'll leave your imagination for where things could go. And
All,
in this particular
all functioning parts.
all functioning parts. We're talking about it's to
Proceed.
the point where she can sound like your woman. Like it's phenomenal. Um
Hmm.
and it just goes on this whole roller coaster of emotions and action, and this was a good one, man. This was a good one. The wife definitely looked at me weird a couple times because it's Megan Fox and she's
Yeah.
being a
Yeah.
subservient AI robot. This
Hmm.
is going. This was a good one, bro. Check it out.
Speaking of things to watch, I got a bone to pick with you, brother.
What's going on?
First off, is Subservice a movie or a show?
It's a movie.
Great. You gave me a good recommendation a week or two ago called The Madness. Me and Jen the other day was like, all right, cool, let's watch The Madness. You know what I'm saying? And I wasn't there for the play button, but I went to go get the food, the drinks, came back to the spot. It was on. I was
Mm-hmm.
like, all right, boom, we're watching The Madness. She falls asleep 30 minutes in, no biggie. I'm locked in, like, you know what I'm saying? Watching it, I'm watching, I'm like, and like throughout the whole show, my heart is just, it's not even sitting right. It's like very like hidden gems. Like you saw hidden gems where you
Yeah.
just mad anxiety the whole fucking movie, and I'm just like, yo, something gotta give. Like, oh man, they threw a watch in the backseat. Oh man, like I'm just watching it. Like, oh
Yeah.
man, he was. Then the shit ended. I was like, what the? Then the bottom right corner says next episode. Shit was loaded. I was like, so I was like, yo, babe, yo, babe. This ain't a movie. I was so mad. I was like, this isn't a. I'm like, 8 episodes. I'm like, oh, I'm like, nah, I'm not watching this. I can't even go on to the next one now because she's sleeping. Now we're in series mode where it's like, oh, you can't go without me. So I'm like, nah, I gotta talk to Sean. I don't remember him saying nothing about this being a show. He said it was dope. He said,
I gotta
I
check the
loved it.
videotape, dog. I gotta check the videotape.
Oh man, I was like, you might have said show, but I definitely for some reason thought it was a movie. It felt longer than the episode. I think the first
It
episode might have
did.
been a little bit long. Dog,
Yeah,
I
it
was
really
locked
did.
in. I'm figuring I
Yeah.
got 31 minutes of heat coming. I'm like, how they gonna wrap this up?
So I ain't gonna hold you. I purposely didn't tell you that because honestly, that's what we thought. We thought it was a fucking movie. We didn't know it was a show
Oh,
until
right.
we had the same experience. It went to credits. We look at each other. We like, what the fuck?
It's a
And then
show,
just like
show.
you saw it, next episode, we was like, oh
Like,
shit.
Because
Here we go.
it's funny, like Netflix is too advanced. Like they're using the cameras that are movie cameras. Like you know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
it has the whole dynamic, like the long, a little bit of a landscape, kind of a little bit of a grainy edge to it. Like it gives a movie feel. So
Yep.
it felt movie-ish the whole time through until the end. I'm like, And him standing in the middle of the street. What the fuck? I was like, I need more. Like, and they said, cool, we got 7 more of these, my nigga. I was like, 7?
Yeah, man.
I'm out. I can't watch this tonight. But
Yeah, you
that
gotta make
was
mad time for that.
that fucked me up. Over on the sports side of things, man. We got to start off real quick. Big shout out to Randy Moss, man. He announced the other week that he's going through some personal medical concerns, and that he'll be stepping away from the Sunday NFL Countdown crew for a little bit. I just want to wish him the most prayers, the most up high thoughts, a speedy recovery for whatever he may be going through. He didn't divulge too much information, but he did highlight that. Listen, you're a grown man. You're getting up in that age. Hit the doctor. Get your checkups. Get your physicals. Stay in the know about you. You know what I mean? So I'm not really too sure what he's going through. I don't even want to speculate. I don't want to put no bad juju on anybody. But I do wish him a speedy recovery, whatever it may be, and I hope he gets back to the TV thing sooner than later, man.
Absolutely.
Another unfortunate. Oh. As you know, I'm a Roll Tide man. Nick Saban, we got a lot of chips, man. Derrick Henry was there. He held us down. He done moved on. You know what I mean? But we had a lot. We had a few losses this year, man. We had 3 to be exact. You know what I'm saying? Hey, last year, you know, any more than 2 losses, you ain't getting there. You know what I'm saying? It's just not meant to be. You can't do it. Like it's way too many teams. It's not enough. There's not enough trophies to go around. You know. But the new format this year, it's like a cool little college playoff bracket kind of NFL style thing where the top 4 teams get a bye. The rest of the squad has to battle out to get to the next, semifinals before they move on. And listen, man, we were close. We were there. Alabama almost was in, man. But we lost to SMU. SMU got us on the last pick. And I almost flipped my damn computer because I was just like, because I was comparing, like crazy me, I was comparing the strength of schedule.
Yeah.
Like Alabama has to go through the gauntlet every year, bro. The Ohio's, the Oregons, the Penns. You know what I mean? They gotta play the team of teams, and everybody's bringing their Steph Curry version of them when they see Alabama. You know what I'm saying? So, but the 3 losses they got, they weren't good squads. You know what I'm saying? They was bum squads. You know, I mean, Division 2 type shit. And they lost some games. It was like a field goal. It was like one of them Kansas City wins. It was like some real like, yo, y'all niggas got slapped in your crib by some no-namers. Like, you know what I'm saying? But them missing the college football playoff this year, I was butthurt. I ain't gonna lie to you. I know you're somewhere going, unless you ain't making either. Oh, well,
yo, man.
but I was tight. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Yeah, no, it was definitely a tough year for a lot of the the usual college teams that ring bells, and you know what I mean. It's the gift and the curse, right? Finally, when they extend how many teams can make it in, it got that much tougher to make it in, man. And so, yeah, man, sorry to hear that, but we right there with y'all, man. Unless you ain't in there.
Word. And it's weird because like Clemson got a game you get an automatic bid in, but they got 3 losses as well. But they gave him the very last spot. They're number 12. You know what I'm saying? But I'm like, damn, like we better than them, but we ain't had a chance to get to our bowl game. There was some other big dogs over there playing for it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That shit hurt, man. That shit hurt a lot.
Yeah, no, for sure, man. All right, brother. Any last words before we get up out of here?
Nothing crazy. I do have one quick question for you. Listen, we're adults. We're very good with our words. We're able to convey thoughts, even if it is a disgruntled situation. We can talk our way out of it. Get to a medium. But as an adult, if you did have to go fisticuffs in this current day and age, how long do you think this fight is gonna last?
They say the average street fight is like 1:30. I'd probably say maybe 45 seconds.
Right.
Yeah.
It's rough, man. It's rough. I was curious because seen a nigga fighting, and I'm like, yo, nobody's gonna break this up. So
Mhm.
yeah, I'm like, it's been like 4 minutes. I'm like, this is long. This is like heavyweight round times.
Yeah, yeah, that's crazy.
I'm like,
That's crazy.
I'd have been tapped out, but I was like, I gotta ask Sean, like, if he got that in him. I do not. I got about
Nah.
27 seconds of me. A lot of
Nah.
feet shuffling. A lot of feet shuffling after that. But that's all I got today, my good man.
All right, man. Listen, this was a great conversation today, man. We appreciate everybody tuning in as always. Next Wednesday, of course, will be our last live of the year. So we hope that all of you can tune in and, as we say, our last goodbyes and, before we bring in the new year. But the last thing I will say, man, if anybody's asking you for any projects, if you got anything that's been going on this year where they're like, we need an update, what's the status? Tell them table that shit until 2025. All right. I want everybody to say it with me, whether you want to put it in the chat, whether you want to just say it wherever you sitting, table that shit till 2025, man. Listen, you bust your ass all year. If people are asking you questions now about shit they should have asked you 3 months ago, 6 months ago, it's a 2025 problem now, dog. There's nothing we're gonna change in the next couple of weeks, and that's real.
I already got my auto reply schedule. I can't wait. I can't wait. Can't
Yes,
wait
sir.
for sure.
Yeah, man.
But shit. Outside of that, we out, man.
Yes, sir. Episode 100 coming, y'all. Stay tuned. Peace.
Sir.